Our next presenter is Amy Jo Conroy, who is a member of, believe it or not, Chicago we have here. Chicago AAUW branch and is active in the ERA coalition, working to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, which is the 28th Amendment. We have invited her to give us an update on their work and future plans. Amy Jo?
Thank you, Joan. And yeah, that last session I was taking notes. So same concerns in Illinois that you have in Colorado for your students and for your kids. But I'm here to share with you some good news, and I have some slides, so hopefully someone can put that up. But I know you guys are pressed for time, so I will keep talking. The Equal Rights Amendment. Here is the good news that I can share with you folks, that the Equal Rights Amendment is fully ratified. It is now part of the Constitution, that text that you see up there on the screen. If you go to the next slide, the reason I say that is because in 2020, Virginia ratified. Virginia being important because they were the last state we needed to get to that magic number of 38 and be fully ratified. But, next slide, even before Virginia took that important vote, there were lawsuits. So where we are now is a little bit of legal purgatory, temporary, if you can go to the next slide. And what we're focused on, what the lawsuit is focused on and advocates are focused on, is the archivist. Why the archivist? Why a librarian? Because that office is responsible for, well, counting, for keeping track of what states have ratified constitutional amendments, and then he is charged with publishing in the Federal Register. That's the record of the federal government, what the government does, the Federal Register. That publishing in the Federal Register is considered the last step to acknowledge that the amendment has been officially added. So advocates are working through each branch of the federal government, but I'm going to focus only on Congress right now with our time. If you can go to the next slide. And I'm going to put some of these in the chat, so don't worry if you don't have time to screenshot or write it all down. But right now in Congress, just introduced this week, is a resolution affirming the Equal Rights Amendment. This is what they did for the last constitutional amendment that had sort of a long, tortured history of ratification. Congress blessed it so that it removed all question of the legitimacy of that amendment. So that's what is working its way through Congress. And you can see your Colorado delegation, the members that support it right now. So both of your senators, fabulous. And some of your Congress folks. There are a few folks missing, but that's something that y'all can work on and fix to get more onto that important resolution. And I will share in the chat the 2-minute activist. A 2-minute activist, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, that AAUW has put out so that you can easily nudge. But of course, personal calls are always good. If you can go to the next slide. Here is my request for you and your branches. Thank your legislators. Thank or invite, depending on your representative, and have awareness events. So on the screen are a few ideas, and I can share those further. But the one I'm going to key on with our time here is, if you can go to the next slide, it's a art exhibit in a box, an event in a box. You can rent this wonderful exhibit. There are, I think, at least 30 different pieces that have been contributed by artists on their interpretation of what equality means, what the Equal Rights Amendment means. So this is an opportunity for you to partner with other folks in your communities and in your towns to spread the good news of the Equal Rights Amendment. If you can go to the next slide, another fun thing is a LinkedIn campaign. So here's this woman, she's holding up truck nuts and Dolly Parton. And if you want to know why she's doing that, what is that about? It's called Woman Corps, and I will put a link, and you can learn more about that and how to participate and encourage branch members to do the same. And if you can go to the next slide, I promised I would talk fast. This is my contact information, and I'm happy to talk further and expand more about all the things that I quickly highlighted. But my last bit of good news to share with you is that Colorado State Senator Lisa Cutter has said that she is going to introduce a resolution in the state legislature affirming that the Equal Rights Amendment is part of the Constitution, and she shared with me that I could share with you that that's her intention to file. So keep an eye out for that, and applaud and support her when she does that. That's Lisa Cutter. And again, I will share lots of information. Thank you for wedging me into your busy agenda for today. I really appreciate the time to share this great news with you.